How useful was that game Saturday? Just the way you finished it with the momentum you had on offense, and maybe overcoming a little adversity along the way.
Yeah, I think it was good for us as a team, especially as an offense. Just from past years, that might have not have been the feeling that we had going into the halftime. I know as a team we went into halftime knowing that we had there's no worriness, there's no like what's going on. We knew as an offense who we are and what we can do, and that if we just lock in and play the games we play the plays we can play and finish the drives and do everything we can do, make the plays our players can make, we're going to be successful. And I think that's what we showed in the second half.
What do you think you guys are at in like that quest to want to like put together first half you played against Colorado and a second half you played against Purdue and be able to how close are you to be able to turn that into a 4-quarter game?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to just finishing. We just have to be able to finish drives, and can't beat ourselves. We had false starts, we jumped off sides and things like that. We just can't have those types of penalties where it's just like mental errors. We just have to be able to lock in and just kind of finish.
Where does that lack of worry, that sense that you guys can trust in your process come from? How is that different this year than maybe last season?
Yeah, I just think that us as an offense, as a team, we know we put in a lot of work, and we trust each other. We have a lot of trust built, in the coaches. We have a lot of trust in the players to go out and make the plays and execute the game plan. But I think a lot of it just comes down to the amount of work we put in. I truly don't believe that any team has worked as hard as we have and put in the amount of work that we have in the offseason and just now. We're extremely physical, and when we execute things at a high level, I think we're going to be extremely hard to beat.
Dylan can hit those like 3rd and 20 type throws. I mean, how different does that make this offense be? Because in years past, you obviously had to play those situations a lot differently.
Yeah. Obviously having him back in the backfield, he's a dynamic quarterback, smart kid, really smart kid. And, he's really good at going through the progressions. That's one thing that, I'm not surprised, but just like I love, that he can do is just he goes through his progressions and, if something's not open, he'll go back to like the check down or something like that, which we haven't done a lot in the past. And just as little as it is, it's huge in football. And just having him be able to, make those off balance throws, stuff like that on 3rd and 20, and just be able to find the open receivers. Yeah, it's huge. Just be able to, convert on those big plays and give us momentum, to continue and finish drives.
What do you make as an older guy in the program of the way that he's eased into a leadership role? Can't be an easy thing to do for a freshman.
Yeah, definitely not. I just think that he has shown, he's not the calmness he has, the work he's put in. It just shows. The amount of work he's put in makes him, calm on the field. Nothing really phases him. He's always calm, and I know I keep saying that, but like it is crazy, especially at the quarterback position. You have so many things going on. You have to make, these reads. You have to, do, audibles out of the different plays. You have to see coverages and post-snap, pre-snap. There's just a lot of stuff going on, in that position. And just him being able to slow everything down and be calm from the amount of film he's watched and work he's put in, it just shows on the field and practice. So I think that's been noticed, and everyone sees, how good he is in those situations.
Thomas, you guys have 10 plays of 20 yards or more over the last 2 weeks. Do you guys see explosive plays hitting pretty regularly when you're at practice?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have, I was going to say that we have, like, the 2 big guys outside. We got Jamal and Isaiah, and then we got Ja'Cory and then, a little fast man. They're fast, and Ja'Cory's like, jar of lightning. And then you got Isaiah and Banks who can just make 50-50 balls. So when you have everyone like that, it opens up everything. And then, it's just huge for us to be able to go out and make those plays because it's just hard to, especially when teams play man. Last times we played to play man, it's hard to cover everyone, especially the big boys. So being able to go out there and convert, it's hard to do. And we do see a lot of practice because of the athleticism we have outside. So
you mentioned the importance of finishing. You're going to take on a Rutgers team that's terrific at, red zone defense. What have you seen from them? What makes them so effective, and what kind of challenges that bring in for you guys?
Yeah, they just play hard. They play with a lot of strain. They're a tough physical team, and you know, in the red zone, they have a lot of success. You know, they are really disciplined, and each player doing their job. And kind of like I said, they're really physical bunch, and they don't give up huge chunk plays, especially in the red zone. That's really, I think, their best stat is in the red zone. They don't really give up anything, so they play. From what I've noticed, they play, you know, a lot of, you know, different types of coverages in the red zone, and I think that they're just really good at what they do in that area. So I think that's what helps them, is they're just really disciplined, and they also have a lot of old guys. I mean, I think 10 of their 11 guys on defense are all juniors or seniors, so having a lot of experience definitely helps.
Thomas, you're kind of stacking healthy seasons here, knock on wood, a little bit. What ways would you feel like you've grown as a player this year, just being out there every week?
Yeah, for me personally, you know, I feel like obviously one thing I've always wanted to work on is my blocking, and I feel like that's been a place where I've definitely gotten a lot better at, is blocking, and, you know, just obviously I need to continue to get better at it, you know, not where I want to be in that area, but blocking, and then just, you know, everything kind of, you know, slowing down even more, being able to, you know, see what the defense is in before, after, post, pre-snap, things like that. Route running, I think, you know, route running has gotten a lot better, especially against like man, and then when you notice it's like you think it's zone and then they go to man, being able to react and adjust and then make a route out of that. I think I've done a really good job at, but like not where I want to be. Obviously, just need to continue to get better. But yeah, I think that those are some areas I've gotten better.
Does it change at some point in your career where you throw a block, or maybe you do something that not everybody notices, but you take as much pride in that, seeing it back, as a catch or something like that?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I kind of like Alex had, you know, in the Purdue game, you know, just like similar to that, when he had that big block to spring Jacory free on the outside, you get excited, just as excited about that, because you're not saying that he made the play, but he made the play, you know. Like, obviously it takes 11 guys, but his block was key, you know, things like that. Just, you know, I feel the same way about, for sure.